Hello everybody, I am Patrick Henry, and this is some Patriot news. The Department of Defense yesterday announced that they were going to start demilling, or for those of us who are not up on the lingo, basically destroying all their spent brass cases from all the ammo that they fire on ranges and whatnot, which sucks because up until this point, all that brass casing has been sold to civilian suppliers who then turn around and sell it to individuals on the retail market so that they can do all their reloading and not have to actually go out and buy however many rounds of preloaded ammo, and thus save themselves quite a chunk of change. So this raised a certain amount of outrage amongst gun owners all across America, regardless of whether or not they reloaded, because this would raise the price of ammo for everybody. It doesn't matter if you reload or not, because the people who reload are going to have a much more limited supply of brass cases to reload with, and thus they will spend more money on getting preloaded ammo so that they can get the brass cases to reload on their own. And since they're creating a greater demand on an existing supply that we have noticed is insufficient to meet the demands of the civilian market, prices, the only thing that can happen is that prices would go up. So it's clearly a gambit by the Obama administration to limit the availability of ammunition to the civilian market. I disapprove. Everybody should disapprove. However, happy, today it just came out that the Department of Defense has reversed that policy. Day after it happened. I'm looking at this website here. It's on daysofourtrailers.blogspot.com. I'll put the link in the sidebar over there. You can go straight to the article. And apparently a couple senators, let's see here, Senator Tester of Montana and Senator Baucus of Montana. Interestingly enough, both of them Democrats. When you hear something like this, you'd expect it to come from a Republican, pro-gun, etc. But apparently both of these men are Democrats, and as soon as they heard about this demilling of the brass, they immediately faxed a letter to the Department of Defense asking them to reverse the policy. I don't have any text for that actual letter. The fact that the Department of Defense reversed their policy almost immediately suggests to me that it was either very, very convincing, very strongly worded, or possibly referenced some kind of law. I don't know. But whatever it was, whatever they said in that letter, it worked. And the Department of Defense reversed its policy, and so the civilian market still has access to all those rounds that or the brass from the rounds fired at ranges and during training exercises. So the point of this video is this: talk to your congressmen, talk to your senators and your representatives. Some of them will help you, and if enough of us talk to them, if enough of us talk to a representative or a senator, they'll do what we say 98% of the time. Sometimes they won't, because they believe or because they have a really strong agenda not to. But 98% of the time, if enough of us get up on their case, they'll listen to us because they want to get reelected. Which is why you should vote. The more people vote, the better of a pattern of public opinion you get. If everybody votes, then you get a much better cross-section of what the American public really wants. and nobody votes anymore. But this is the point. If everybody gets on the case of, your senators and your governors, your local representatives for your state, just in your state legislature, it really does help keep these laws and regulations from strangling us. So, and also, keep in mind that there are people on Capitol Hill who will go up to bat for us if they know that the pitch is coming in. But they have to know. These days, a lot of time things get through and they're done and they're already implemented before half the people in Congress even know it was going on. So if you hear about something, you need to contact your senators, contact your representatives, talk to them, let them know, and let them know your opinion of what is going on and what you think should be done about it. And that is all I have to say about that. This is Patrick Henry, signing off.